It's time to go over a duo running back tandem at the Ohio State Buckeyes that's should be going to the NFL draft next year into 2025. We got to really talk about these guys. We're talking about Quinshon Judkins and TreVeyon Henderson. These are two running backs that are doing really well for the Buckeyes. And if we do remember from last season, TreVeyon Henderson decided to go back to college, even knowing that Quinshon Judkins was going to Ohio State. He transferred over there from Ole Miss. So if we look at the situation, TreVeyon Henderson is a really good running back. The guy, he could have been the #1 running back taken in last season throughout that draft class. Ended up coming back here. Probably is not going to be taken #1. Ginty, definitely I have him above TreVeyon Henderson as of right now. But we have to remember, he's a really good running back. He doesn't have the stats that he has before because he is sharing the workload with Judkins right now. But he's averaging 7.3 yards per carry right now. That's really, really good. But I mean, he's a little bit smaller than Judkins. You know, he's 5'10" and 6 foot is Judkins. So a little bit different type of back, but we have to remember how good he is, and he's going to get a lot of opportunity in the NFL because he's elite at pass protection. So when you want to have a running back that's going to get you a lot of fantasy points, you have to make sure they're going to get opportunities. Opportunities on the field are going to come basically in third down, which is what you're going to see TreVeyon Henderson play quite a bit because he's so good in pass protection. He can actually rock some defenders. I love what I see. So freshman year, he was absolutely phenomenal. Sophomore year, he ended up getting injured, right? So in junior year, he was okay. He wasn't as good as his freshman year, but he was definitely better than his sophomore year. And he's coming back and he's playing very, very good, playing almost lights out. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of forgetting about TreVeyon Henderson. They, whether it's Judkins taking over there for a lot of the carries at Ohio State, or we got Ginty down there. There's a lot of running backs that we're going to go over throughout this offseason as we kind of dive more into the rookies and get you guys ready for the NFL draft. But there is a lot of things that that's going to kind of shape out that he's going to be a really solid fantasy football player for fantasy football. I'm curious to see where he's going to go in the NFL draft. That's going to probably dictate a lot of where his value is going to lie. But the reason of this video is I want people to remember what TreVeyon Henderson was able to do. He's a good running back, and unfortunately, I think there's a lot of situations where people are almost forgetting about him. I don't know whether it's the situation of him splitting carries, not the man down there in Ohio State right now, or splitting the carries with Judkins. Now, Judkins is a good running back on his own. He's going to be drafted well. He's a junior. I expect him to come out as well. They should both go into the NFL draft. Judkins could, depending on who they get, in the portal or whatever the case is, Judkins could come back for another year, but I expect him to go out into the NFL draft as well because he's having a phenomenal year as well. So both of these running backs are getting the job done. But with TreVeyon Henderson, I'm just afraid that a lot of people are forgetting about him. Averaging over 7 yards per carry as of the recording of this video, he's doing good. He is a stud of a running back, and people are forgetting about that. And we remember last year we started doing our rookies and started to do our videos. TreVeyon Henderson was the #1 running back on my board. So even over like Jonathan Brooks or Blake Corum, he was over all of these guys. Decided to go, I'm not going to NFL draft. I'm going back to Ohio State, going to play another season. I think he wanted to show that he can do even more. He's able to do that. He's showing really, really good speed, really athleticism hitting the hole very nicely. I like what I see out of TreVeyon Henderson. My thing that I'm just looking at is a lot of people are almost forgot about this guy. So he could be a steal depending on how much more ramp up he gets or how much more juice that people are going to put behind his name when the NFL draft comes. And it's all going to depend on slots as well. Obviously, whoever goes to the Cowboys is probably going to go skyrocketing. But overall, I think that TreVeyon Henderson is a fantastic running back. I think people are forgetting about him. I love watching his tape. I want to continue to watch his film and make sure I can develop a really good, reasonable, sound, input on what type of running back this guy is. That way I can give you guys the best information possible when you guys are selecting, especially for your dynasty leagues, trying to get some of these rookies for your leagues. I want to make sure you guys are drafting the right guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit a subscribe button. Guys, we're pumping out so many videos each and every week. We're helping you out with your rankings during the season. During the off season, we're getting you prepared for the NFL draft. After the NFL draft, we're getting you prepared for your dynasty leagues. And then we're going to get you ramped up for all these rankings and all these situations leading up to your regular fantasy football drafts. That way you can continue to dominate year in and year out. Guys, make sure you leave a comment down below. Which one of these running backs are you more excited for? Do you like TreVeyon Henderson more? Do you like Quinshon Judkins more? Is there another running back that you're even more excited about these guys? And be honest in the comments. Did you guys really forget about TreVeyon Henderson? Let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.